Viewers, what if I told you that YU MENGLONG'S body, yes, the beloved Chinese actor whose sudden death left millions in shock, is allegedly on display inside a heavily guarded museum, instead of being cremated as reported by officials? Today, we're diving deep into the story that's sending shockwaves across China and the global entertainment industry. From leaked footage, insider testimonies, and mysterious disappearances of witnesses, this is the expose authorities never wanted you to hear. Stay with me till the end, because what we uncovered about how his body ended up in a museum will leave you speechless. The news broke quietly at first, just a whisper on obscure Chinese forums: YU MENGLONG'S body, not cremated. Within hours, that whisper became an online wildfire. People began noticing inconsistencies. The hospital that reportedly handled his cremation couldn't produce the official documentation. The crematorium itself denied ever receiving a body under his name. And most chilling of all, a viral video surfaced, filmed at what appeared to be a private museum in Hangzhou, showing a glass case, a motionless figure inside, and a nameplate that read, YU MENGLONG, 1991 to 2025. When the clip hit social media, it was taken down within minutes. But not before thousands of users saved and re-uploaded it on underground platforms. In the dim light of the video, the figure's resemblance to YU MENGLONG was unmistakable: the facial structure, the scar above his right eyebrow, even the subtle mark on his neck from an old stunt injury. Viewers began asking the same haunting question: was YU MENGLONG'S body really displayed as an exhibit? A week later, our investigation team traveled to Hangzhou to uncover the truth. The museum in question wasn't listed on any tourist directory. Locals called it the Jade Dragon Cultural Center, a private institution rumored to have ties with elite investors and former government officials. The building itself looked unassuming: grey stone walls, no public sign, and 2 security guards stationed outside 24/7. When our reporter approached, the guards refused to speak. But a nearby shop owner whispered, "I've seen celebrities and black cars enter there at night. They never stay long." That same evening, a woman claiming to be a former employee of the museum contacted our team under the alias Mai. Her voice trembled as she spoke. "I worked there for 8 months, she said. "We had strict instructions: no photos, no communication with outsiders, and no mention of the basement." When asked about YU MENGLONG, her tone changed. "They told us it was an art preservation project. But when I saw the body, I knew exactly who it was. It wasn't a wax figure. It was him." According to Mai, the body was preserved in an advanced cryogenic chamber designed to prevent decay. Scientists, she claimed, visited the facility twice a month for maintenance. She said there were rumors that the project was backed by a secret collective of art and science patrons fascinated by immortality through preservation. They called it Project Eternal Bloom, Mai revealed. And YU MENGLONG was their masterpiece. The revelation sparked an outpouring of outrage. Fans flooded online platforms demanding answers. Why was his body not returned to his family? Who authorized this project? Is this even legal? Meanwhile, YU MENGLONG's family released a carefully worded statement: "We ask the public to respect our privacy as we process this difficult time." But the statement only fueled suspicion. Observers noticed that the family avoided confirming whether his body was actually cremated. Then came another twist. A man claiming to be one of YU MENGLONG's former managers approached our team. He insisted on anonymity, but provided documents suggesting that 2 days after YU MENGLONG's supposed cremation, a private medical transport was dispatched from Beijing to Hangzhou under the label biological research material. The receiver's name? Dr. Wen Hanyu, a biologist with known ties to the Jade Dragon Cultural Center. When confronted, Dr. Wen denied everything. But as soon as we mentioned YU MENGLONG's name, she ended the call abruptly and blocked all contact. Days later, her social media profiles vanished, and her laboratory office in Beijing was found empty. Still, fragments of the truth began piecing themselves together. A second whistleblower, this time, a technician who claimed to have handled the research material, confirmed chilling details. The container was human-sized, he said. We were told it held a rare specimen for anatomical study. But when we checked the tag, the initials read YML. Everyone in the lab knew what that meant. The most haunting evidence came when one of our correspondents gained access to restricted blueprints of the Jade Dragon Cultural Center. Beneath the main exhibition hall lay a hidden section labeled Preservation Wing. Inside were chambers with coded identification numbers, one of which, Unit 07, matched the label from the technician's records. Late one night, a group of independent journalists managed to sneak a drone into the facility through a maintenance shaft. The footage, though grainy, revealed something shocking. A human-like figure lying motionless inside a transparent capsule, surrounded by blue light and sensors. And on the glass casing, a small engraved plaque with YU MENGLONG'S initials. Authorities dismissed the footage as doctored. But digital forensics experts verified that the video showed no signs of manipulation. At this point, the story became a national frenzy. Hashtags like #YuMenglong Museum Body and #Project Eternal Bloom dominated Chinese and international social media. Protests erupted in Shanghai and Beijing, with fans holding signs reading "Let him rest" and "Return YU MENGLONG home." Celebrities who once worked with him began speaking out cautiously. One of his co-stars, in a now-deleted post, wrote, "He didn't deserve this. He was promised peace, not display." Government officials eventually addressed the issue in a press briefing. They called the rumors absurd and disrespectful, claiming that YU MENGLONG'S remains had been properly handled. Yet when reporters requested proof of cremation, no document was provided, only vague references to records held under confidentiality. But the people weren't convinced. And neither were we. We traced one final lead to a logistics company in Suzhou that specialized in transporting high-value biological materials. An anonymous driver confirmed he was hired to deliver a sealed container to Hangzhou around the same date as the mysterious transfer. "They told me not to ask questions," he said. "But I saw something, through the glass. Pale skin. Eyes closed. It looked like him." The deeper we dug, the stranger it became. A few nights after we released our first report, our office in Shanghai was broken into. Hard drives were stolen, cameras smashed. The intruders left no trace except a note written in Mandarin, "Let the dead rest." But for YU MENGLONG'S fans, rest has a new meaning. Theories now swirl that the actor may have been part of a confidential preservation project long before his death, one that sought to freeze human consciousness alongside the physical body. Some even speculate he agreed to it as part of an experimental art-science fusion project. An art critic from Beijing University offered a spine-chilling perspective. In ancient China, emperors sought immortality through alchemy. In the 21st century, the obsession returns through technology and fame. If YU MENGLONG'S body is indeed preserved, it represents a new form of worship, immortality through image. Weeks later, new images surfaced, this time clearer. They showed what appeared to be the same chamber, now cordoned off and guarded by multiple personnel. The plaque beside it had been replaced with one that read "Confidential Exhibit, Do Not Photograph." International agencies demanded clarification. Yet every time someone got close, access was revoked or footage erased. Still, whispers persist. Museum insiders claim that select guests, wealthy donors and researchers have been given private viewings. Some say the display moves ever so slightly, that YU MENGLONG'S eyes appear almost lifelike. Others believe it's an elaborate illusion to distract from the truth about his death. But one thing is certain, no one has ever seen his ashes. Our investigation continues, but one haunting question remains unanswered. Why would anyone go to such lengths to preserve an actor's body? Was it art? Science? Or something darker, an experiment to defy death itself? As long as those behind Project Eternal Bloom stay silent, the truth remains locked behind glass somewhere in that cold, dimly lit museum in Hangzhou. And maybe, just maybe, YU MENGLONG is still there, silent, suspended, and staring through eternity at the world that refuses to let him go. So, what do you think really happened to YU MENGLONG'S body? Was this an elaborate preservation experiment gone too far, or a cover-up that spiraled out of control? Do you believe his remains were displayed as part of Project Eternal Bloom, or is it all an illusion created to manipulate public sentiment? Viewers, if you thought the first part was shocking, what you're about to hear now will leave you breathless. Because after weeks of silence, new footage and insider testimonies have surfaced, confirming what many feared was true: YU MENGLONG'S body was never cremated. Instead, it's being kept somewhere no ordinary citizen has access to. And what's happening behind those museum walls is beyond disturbing. The story took a darker turn when a second video emerged online. It appeared for only 12 minutes before being taken down, but in that short time, over 30,000 people saw it. The video showed a dimly lit hall lined with glass cases. The camera was shaky, the breathing of the person filming was heavy. Then, the lens stopped zooming in on a figure inside one of the cases. Even through the reflection, fans recognized him instantly. The pale skin, the unmistakable mole on his chin, the delicate hands once seen in his dramas. It was YU MENGLONG. Dressed in an elegant white outfit, one that looked eerily similar to what he wore in his hit series The Dream of Love. A faint sound of machinery hummed in the background, and condensation covered the glass from within. Suddenly, the camera panned to a metal plaque below the case. It read, "Preserved Form Eternal Bloom Prototype 01. Before the clip could reveal more, it cut off abruptly. We reached out to the person who uploaded it, an anonymous account under the name Dragon Witness. Their profile disappeared within 24 hours. But before it vanished, they posted one final message. They're trying to erase him, not from memory, but from death itself. That single sentence sent chills through social media. Hashtags reignited overnight. Fans began calling the facility the House of Silence, claiming it housed more than just YU MENGLONG'S body. Some even believed other missing figures from China's entertainment world were part of the same project. A few days later, our undercover team returned to Hangzhou. This time, we got closer. The Jade Dragon Cultural Center looked calm from the outside, but the energy was different. There were unmarked vans parked by the rear entrance, and two guards wearing black earpieces who looked far more alert than before. Through a side window, one of our reporters caught sight of what looked like a lab technician pushing a small cart covered by a white sheet. The shape beneath it, human-sized. We stayed hidden until midnight, when the building lights dimmed and silence fell. That's when a faint glow appeared from a window in the basement level. We deployed a mini drone, carefully navigating it toward the light. The footage we captured that night still haunts everyone who saw it. In the center of a sterile white room stood a transparent chamber. Inside was a motionless figure. Sensors surrounded it, pulsing with blue light. The face unmistakable. It was YU MENGLONG. He looked peaceful, almost alive. As though sleeping. The lighting enhanced every detail of his skin, his hair perfectly styled. But there was something off, the eyes weren't fully shut. They were half open, almost watching. When our team released snippets of this footage to a select group of media contacts, chaos erupted. Half of them refused to air it, fearing government backlash. The other half called it the biggest entertainment cover-up in modern Chinese history. Then came another twist. A scientist from Hong Kong reached out, claiming to have once been part of a biopreservation initiative linked to high-profile cultural figures. She refused to give her full name, identifying only as Dr. Li. "It's not just about preserving beauty," she said. "They wanted to preserve influence. Imagine a star who never ages, whose image remains perfect forever. The body becomes a brand, a living symbol of eternal fame." She added that YU MENGLONG'S case was considered special. The project, according to her, began before his death. He was approached with an offer to participate in a form of posthumous immortality, a blend of art, science, and legacy. Whether he agreed or not, I can't say. But his name was in the early files. As news spread, fans began visiting Hangzhou, hoping to catch a glimpse of the secret museum. Authorities quickly restricted access to the surrounding area, citing maintenance and renovation. But witnesses say they saw large crates being moved in and out under tight security. A man who claimed to work for the museum's cleaning crew came forward next. "Every night, we were told to clean specific halls, but never go near the basement," he said. "Once, I saw a man in a white lab coat go down with a metal case. He was escorted by 3 guards. When he came back, he was shaking." He paused before adding softly, "Whatever they're keeping down there, it breathes." By this point, global attention turned toward the story. News agencies from Japan, Korea, and even the US started investigating. Some labeled it conspiracy. Others called it the future of human preservation. But for fans of YU MENGLONG, it was simply heartbreaking. They began holding nightly candlelight vigils online, posting messages like "You deserved peace, not preservation." One heartbreaking comment stood out from the rest. "He gave us life through his art, and now they've taken his death from him." Then, in a stunning twist, a new photo leaked. It showed YU MENGLONG's figure standing upright inside a glass capsule, eyes open, as if gazing directly into the camera. Experts argued over whether it was a digitally enhanced image or real. But one thing everyone agreed on: the likeness was too perfect to dismiss. Theories exploded online. Was the body reanimated with artificial technology? Was it a hyperrealistic wax replica? Or was it truly him, preserved to perfection under an experiment no one fully understood? Every possibility was terrifying in its own way. Our team's last attempt to contact Mai, the former employee who initially leaked the museum's secrets, ended with silence. Her phone line was disconnected, her apartment empty. A neighbor said she moved suddenly after receiving threats. Still, a mysterious email arrived in our inbox days later, unsigned and untraceable. Attached was a single sentence and an image of a sealed envelope with a government emblem. The message read, "The body must never be released. The truth will collapse everything." And so, the mystery deepens. No official statements, no proof of cremation, and no closure for millions who loved him. The museum remains tightly guarded. The whispers of Project Eternal Bloom continue. And somewhere, in that cold, silent chamber, the face of YU MENGLONG rests, forever captured between life and death. Outro: call to action. So now, we turn to you, our viewers. Do you believe YU MENGLONG's body was truly preserved and displayed for the elite? Or is this part of a larger plan, something that blends science, power, and fame into one chilling secret? Tell us what you think really happened. Drop your theories, suspicions, and thoughts down in the comment section. We read every one of them. And if this story gave you chills, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this channel so you never miss another shocking revelation. Stay tuned, because in our next episode, we'll reveal who might be funding the Jade Dragon project, and why YU MENGLONG may not be the only one inside that museum. You won't want to miss it.